Hello, it's me again. And today I'm going to talk to you about, as per the title, about safe injection sites and the debate that's going on in Canada over them. Now, if people don't know, there are these sites, these non-profit organizations, that are safe injection sites. Essentially, people who need to do intravenous drug use, aka needles. These places provide a safe place for those people to get off the streets, have clean needles, and pretty much have access to resources, minor food bank support, etc. Pretty much stuff that will allow the users to not only be safe and supervised, in case they overdose, there will be someone there to call 911 kind of thing, but also have the chance to kind of get out of that. And there's been a bit of a debate, more like the conservative government has been very adamant on getting rid of these places. And the main case study is in Vancouver, where there's a very predominant one, but there's apparently one's in Ottawa, there's definitely one in Halifax, there's a bunch of them scattered throughout Canada, and the whole idea that the Conservatives are trying to do is trying to stop these from additionally building up. And the main argument is that they don't want it in their backyard, which is a problematic argument and a very flawed argument for the simple fact that, let's be honest. Let's be honest for a second. Has any parent ever had to go with their child to the playground and pick up dirty needles? I've heard lots of stories where parents have had to. What does that mean? It's in your backyard already. So that's their whole argument. That's their whole, oh, I don't want it in my backyard. Well, guess what? The problem's in your backyard, and you're denying the solution, which is which is relief of the problem, as well as a chance to minimize it. So I'm discussing this on a Facebook page, and that's how the whole topic got started. And some people suggested that, create hospital clinics within, like, the hospital unit itself. And I have one problem with that. I don't think that, I have an issue with the fact that it would be within, this is more personal kind of opinion, as opposed to me drawing out logical fact. But I think that at the end of the day, if someone from a poor side of a city has to travel all the way down to downtown city to a hospital to inject on a constant basis, that causes two problems. One, it won't be used as much just because of that travel time, and two, it has a risk of bringing more people into downtown that are using it. And why is this a bad thing? Well, in my mind, I'm thinking about two sides. The people that are living that do not inject, that are just living their lives, and the addicts that are injecting that need these drugs to survive. I actually created a list on a post on this page that listed off literally all of the bad things that will happen if you got rid of all of these today. First off is that the needles will continue to build up in children's playgrounds and areas where it's removed. Because of the simple fact that dirty needles will be have been removed from public places and instead contained into this one place where they can be properly disposed of. Instead, they'll wind up back in the public, where people can get hurt. Two, addicts will not have ready support to get out of their addictions. They will not have centers where they can access all of the resources at once. Instead, they might. Well, honestly, there's not a lot of resources anyway, but it'll be even harder to access those resources. So it's even harder for them to detox and to try to pull themselves out. Number three. STI, STD rampancy will continue among users, and of course, with the fact that these drugs are extremely expensive because they are on the street, it's going to cause just as many problems to prostitution, other crime, just a whole bunch of mess, which goes to the other one. The users will be back on the street shooting up in front of the public. And this is back to the whole, well, not in my backyard. Well, you don't want to see it in your... I can understand on one point that you don't want to see it in your backyard, but getting rid of these places will actually cause the reverse to happen. The next one is quality of life will not improve for anybody in the area. The addicts' quality of life will not improve. The people that have these people in the area, their quality of life won't improve because they'll have people who are drug addicted in the area. Nobody benefits in terms of the quality of life from getting rid of these things. And of course, another helpful nonprofit organization and another helpful cause which improves our society by tending to the people that cannot tend to themselves will be destroyed and crushed due to government meddling and fear tactics. And the final one, and NIMBY blinded behavior will be encouraged yet again. NIMBY being an acronym for not in my backyard. Because that's the whole argument. Conservatives are actually making statements and letters saying get it out of our backyard. But at the end of the day, it's encouraging the if I complain, I can shut anything down. Because I'm a citizen and I don't depend on these services. And that's the problem. That is the fundamental problem. It doesn't help anybody. So ultimately, these resources need to be not only encouraged to spread, because it's like the use of drugs, of intravenous drugs, is not going to encourage with the placement of these safe injection sites. In fact, the opposite will happen. The fact that this organization exists means that people who are users will want to stop and will want to seek rehabilitation, will want to seek detox, and will stop using them. The opposite will happen. Then I guess the argument even hasn't been proposed yet, but it'll show up that intravenous use will skyrocket. No. The opposite will happen, because the current addicts will get out of it, and people who just get hooked on it will have a better chance of getting out of it, and there will be less STIs, less STDs spread because of the dirty needles. Like, there's so many benefits to keeping these non-profit organizations running. And I think, honestly, they should get support from local hospital agencies to continue running, to get needles, to get funding, so that these organizations can help people that aren't at the point where they can access rehab. For financial reasons, for whatever reasons. That's my 2 cents. So, I think that it is disgusting and completely the wrong move to get rid of these. That's my opinion. Yep.